And I'll record. Where's that button again? There we go.
Recording in progress.
All right. So today we're going to do some Neigong and some 15s, new format for our Taiji Calisthenics, and we'll add a new exercise as well. So, let me make this a little bigger. Pin this. There we go. All right. So we'll start imaginary strain lifting from the top of the head. And feel the relaxation cascade down the spine. Each vertebrae getting farther away from the last. Through the hips, balances the hips. Really check in with the hips too. Make sure that you really feel that drop. And almost as if the body is falling into the hips like a bowl. And let that relaxation cascade down the legs, through the knees, to the ankles, through the heels. Inhale to the belly. Exhale. Palms flat. Parallel to the ground. Fingers and toes in the same direction. So just, if you need to, look downward. Just make sure the fingers and toes are pointing in the right direction. Push forward. Inhale to the belly. Exhale, wash the breath down the arms to the palms and fingertips. Inhaling deep. See the breath as a color in the belly. And exhale, wash the color down the arms to the palms and fingertips. And again, remember, like when you do the exhalation, you really want to feel as if the color is just the heat. You can think of it as heat or color. You want to experience it going about an inch or two beyond the palms, at the very least. So the awareness really just depends on where someone's at with their visualization. But if it's tough to visualize past the skin itself, the body itself, then you can just focus on the heat as you exhale, the heat emanating from the palms, which is already happening. But ideally, you're pushing the color visualization through the palms and going an inch or two or farther beyond. Inhale deep, exhale, drop the hands. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists. Exhale, push the color out. Inhale, draw the color back in. Interlace the fingers above the head. Exhaling down. Hands to the collarbone, weight shifts to the balls of the feet. Inhaling up. Out of the toes. Out of the hips. Through the shoulders. Exhaling down. Inhale, draw the color in. Exhale, wash it out. Inhale, interlace, exhaling down. Inhaling up. Out of the shoulders, stretch out of the hips, onto the toes. Exhaling down. And wash the color down the arms and down the legs as you soften. Breathing formula 2, inhale stage 1, inhale even deeper stage 2. Interlace, exhale down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Arms softly washing the color down the arms, down the legs. Again, inhale stage 1. Even deeper 2. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Remember, the reason we're doing each one of these breathing formulas is to rev up the breath work and visualization like an engine. So now we're doing breathing formula 3. Exhale, wash it out to the palms and fingertips. Inhale, stage 1. Even deeper 2. Even deeper 3. So that engine we utilize in all of our exercises So whether it's Neigong or pretty much any exercise or pretty much any movement, if you can coordinate the breathwork and visualization with any movement, or connecting to that engine. Similar to a sattvic thought, we want to have this playing in the background connected to all of our movements. And that's part of the fun, is exploring how the breathwork and visualization might integrate to you pulling a chair to sit down or pushing it back in. Like, okay, I inhaled, I pulled the chair, I exhaled, I pushed it in. Little things like that. Breathing formula 4. Stage 1 inhalation, even deeper 2, even deeper 3, 4. Exhale, wash out. Inhale, stage 1, even deeper 2, 3, 4. Wash the color out. Getting more focused on the musculature, using the belly for stage 1, even deeper the obliques for stage 2. Color still going to the lower dantian, belly button area. Lower back for stage 3, pulls the breath in. And the entire belt, expanding in all directions. Exhale, wash it out. Belly, obliques, lower back, entire belly. And for one moment, just sit. I want to share something with you. And we're going to sit here in the embracing the lower, embracing the one posture. I want to read one thing that I posted on Twitter, formerly Twitter X, and on Threads. They came to me a few days ago, but it's been a big contemplation, and this is part of my reframing God talk that I'll likely do. Here we go. This is the theory. The theory is the universe wants you to be more loving. Why? To expand your awareness. Why? So you can be more caring for anything that exists and help others love too. Why? Because if we don't, the universe will collapse on itself more rapidly. Therefore, every universe requires beings that can continuously expand creation to keep the universe growing in the face of the inevitable collapse of a given universe.
Oh, I love that.
So
I love that.
I felt like it was important to share. And I think that inhaling, pulling the breath to the hips, hands to the hips, I think that it really calls into question. For me, every few years I question all of my beliefs and all my values. And I do it almost on I've been doing it more rapidly. I used to do it every 3 to 5 years. And now I do it more often because I'm doing my best to constantly optimize. So this has been a big theme for the last week of really contemplating that idea. Inhaling deep. Exhale, pelvis rotates on the femur. Chest parallel to the ground, weight on the heels. Inhale, breath pulls you to side, up on eyes on the belly button, exhaling down. Inhaling up, breath feels like a rope as you're climbing, exhaling, releasing the rope. Inhaling, climbing, and then exhaling, release. One more breath. Exhaling down, and reverse it. Inhaling up, eyes on the belly button, exhaling down. Breath breath feels like a rope you're climbing. Exhale, releasing the rope. One more breath up. Exhaling down. Drop the hands. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists. Wrists lift the body. Exhale, wash the color out to the palms of the fingertips. Inhale deep. Exhale, hands float down, softening the back. And we'll go right into Jade Rabbit watches moon. Inhale, stage 1. Even deeper, stage 2, standing up. Exhale, stage 1, sitting. Exhale, even deeper, stage 2. Inhale, stage 1. Deeper, stage 2. Sinking, exhale, stage 1. Deeper, stage 2. Draw the color to the belly, stage 1. Let it overflow. Get super bright, stage 2. Exhale. Compress it. Exhale even deeper. Flatten it. Draw the light in. It gets brighter. Compress it. Flatten it. Inhale deep. Drawing the ether in. Condensing it, becoming more potent. Exhale, flatten. Inhaling, drawing the ether in. Overflows in the belly. Condensing, becoming more potent, and flatten. 4 more. Keeping the faith that every time you take a breath, you're getting stronger. And stay seated. Keep going. Ten more seated. Three more. Inhaling up. Weight pushes it away. Exhale. Inhale, turning the waist rather than the hips. Everything above the waist. Turning, eyes stay forward. And exhale and push out. Again, inhaling. Exhale. 4 more each side. Remembering that there's a nose, elbow, camera alignment. And when you finish the exercise or the movement, the pushing palm is in front of the heart. The middle finger is high as the nose, and the lower hand guarding the lower gate in front of the hip, but in front of the body. You can add the brush of the ridge hand across the solar plexus. The brush of the inside of the hand, the ridge hand, across the solar plexus going toward the liver or the spleen on either side, doing the ricochet that we talked about, massage, pressing in, and allowing it to bounce out. You can do that if you'd like, but it's not necessary, and it's not something that we'll do when we speed it up. When we speed it up, we won't do that. That's really for the health benefit of that massage. And let's do seated, stay seated, same concept, keeping the hips stationary, really leveraging the waist, the focus on the waist. And sometimes with this exercise, my waist has to wake up, especially if this is the first waist exercise I've done of the day, waist isolation. So, breathing into the lower dantian, really visualizing the color, and almost seeing the color here, again, not here in the front, but internally, as if the hips are like a bowl of water or a bowl holding the entire torso, and the color of the visualization is around, obviously centermost here. And so when it helps me to feel everything twisting around the color. So my center line never moves. The sense, that center line visualization is steady like a pillar, and the color visualization in my lower dantian or second chakra is bright, and all of that, the waist turning around it, is almost like the rings of like Saturn spinning around the planet. So the planet is the color visualization of the lower dantian, and the rings are essentially the body moving around it, the waist. Nice little detail note here. When the waist uncoils and you push the hands out, the waist should feel like it comes completely back to center by the time the hand reaches the palm, and the lower hand reach the apex of their movement. So it's all coordinated so that you're releasing or uncoiling the waist all the way down to this final moment. Inhaling, turning, and then exhaling all the way down to the final moment. So the breath is pushing all of the movement, and everything's happening at once. Turning the waist. And I'm just going to pin you for a second so I can check in on this very important detail. Beautiful. So soften even more in the arms. Soften as if you're melting away any tension, so you can feel the weight of the arms. The arms should be as soft as a feather, but the more you soften, the heavier they actually are. So, and if you find yourself like flexing it all, finishing the exercise, note that by nature of flexing, you're actually taking the weight and containing it up here higher in the shoulders. So it's going to put more pressure on the shoulders if you don't soften the fingers and soften the triceps and the elbows. So you want to really soften out, soften everything. Those elbows drop. The drop in the elbow is going to help you a lot. And remember, when you soften, you can still have structure. And that's where like the reverse breathing Tai Chi really shines to me. It's on the concept of the fingers pushing completing the structure. So since we're focusing mostly on the middle finger of each hand, just think about the alignment of the middle finger being key to finish the shape. Whatever shape you're going for, whatever, and this applies to all the exercises. But I know that my heel of my palm is going to be in front of my heart, but my middle finger is going to be as high as my nose, so I'll make that adjustment. I know that my hand is going to be as high as my hip over here, but the extension, what I mean by the extension is going to be pulled by my middle finger. So I'm going to soften, and only my middle finger is going out here. So now I have this very sharp, very sharp, let me pin this again.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you turn sideways? I want to see something specific about where you're. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Sure.
I want to be very specific, but I think I'll notice it. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll stay seated for this.
We tried doing it standing and seating once.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. All right. I just noticed something very interesting.
What did you notice?
Okay. Which I don't think I fully grasped before. All right. Standing. Seating. And you're going to be like, yes, obviously. But like for me, it was a little bit, when you go down, it's, and I'm noticing probably from the balancing part, standing is more weight on my full foot, and I sit, more of the weight goes to my heels.
You're saying as you sit, the weight goes to your heels?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly, because what I'm noticing is it's not just an up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm noticing when you sit, you actually go back a little bit.
So that's a really good point. So let me expand this. It's a really good point, and it's a really important conversation across Tai Chi. So the concept here is when we're seated, we're focusing mostly on the heels. Part of the reason and there are other Neigong exercises where you might find it between the heel and the ball of the foot, or you might find it a little more on the big toe. But for us, we want to soften with the way with the Wu style from the Yin set would have the postures mostly on the heels to take pressure off the kneecaps. However, there's different schools of thought on, do you keep the weight on the heels, weight going as naturally as possible. So I'm not stuck on the heels. So I'm rising up, and I'll have a little more weight on the ball of the foot and the big toe, but it's not as emphasized as reverse breathing Tai Chi, meaning that reverse breathing Tai Chi is seeking a toe, knee, nose alignment. So I'm not going forward as in toe, knee, nose up, exhale, sink down, toe, knee, nose up. So I am pushing off my heels when I come up, but naturally I go a little forward. And so I can feel the ball of my foot here. and I can feel the big toes, but not too much of the big toes activated, meaning there's not...
You're not leaning forward
Exactly.
like this. It's just the top half of your body, right? Because you're doing more of that, right?
And you're totally correct that that you're sitting. So you're sitting, it's almost like sitting back. And that's why...
Exactly.
Say it again?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're sitting back. You're not bending. Your knees bend, but you're sitting back.
Yes, because we want to make sure that when the posture that will hold longer is going to be the standard Neigong posture, which is the weight on the heels. And so if we're doing this weight on the heels, the weight won't shift forward or back. We're going to be very disciplined about the weight distribution. So when we start to integrate the pumping, we'll have a little bit more of a forward back.
That's what I was noticing.
Yeah. And you'll also, again, have the hand, that lower hand, everything is coordinated with the breath. So if you're doing the forward back pumping, the concept of uncoiling all the way up until the hands are still is happening. And then now it's just coordinated with the marriage of gravity, meaning that we're dropping and turning, inhaling, rising and turning, exhaling, lowering and turning.
Yep.
And sitting back. And
Yep.
that sitting back is going to help you with the posture too. It's going to help you remove the tension in the lower back, because you're not going to sit back with the butt here.
That's what I noticed. That's exactly what I noticed.
Awesome. Let's go for six more. Let's go for 6 more rising and falling, and then 6 more seated, so we can feel the difference. So 3 each side. Inhale deep. Actually, from here, let's inhale deep, turn again, and this time we're going to clear the hand and push out a fist. The fist is going to be a hollow fist, and when we finish with our turn, just at that moment will we squeeze, just for a moment, and that squeeze is going to have the most intense. As we intensify the musculature shape, we're going to intensify the breathwork and visualization, pushing almost like claws coming out the index and middle finger of the knuckles, the index and middle finger knuckles. So we're going to push the visualization through, almost like Wolverine, right there, shooting the color out. So inhaling deep, exhale, and one hand can just be open shoulder-wise. Same level as the shoulder. The other one's in front of the heart. Inhale, drawing in.
When do we squeeze?
Right at the end. Right. Maybe let's say like an inch or two before you get to before you finish. So it stays very gentle and hollow, and then. And notice that as you're doing this, you're revealing the fist. You're clearing a path for the fist and revealing it. And this is called a sun punch. So this vertical punch, really great.
Wait, how does my wrist end? Like flat, or like you said, like this?
The wrists will
Punch.
from the side. You're gonna push out almost like you're gently pouring some tea forward.
Oh wow. Okay.
So there's a little.
I'm turning my hand all the way.
Yeah, you're not doing a reverse punch. So you're not turning like a boxer or a karate guy or kung fu or even this is a. Some punches are very prominent in Wing Chun, which is a kung fu style. So it's you're gonna be almost like you're pouring some tea out. Like, oh, here you go. And we're still color from the belly pushing out. And releasing the hand once you make that squeeze, relaxing the hand, the fingers. Gentle squeeze. Let me just pin you to make sure that in posture. Beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, just always making sure that the end posture is going to have the hand aligned, the clearing hand aligned with the shoulder. So left arm, left shoulder alignment, and the punching hand aligned with the heart or the center line. So you're punching on the center line. We can start speeding this up, inhaling, exhaling out. And even when we speed it up, we're also speeding up the flash, that sense of the flash relaxation. And we've seen the flash relaxation in many different, remember we've seen it here, inhale, bring up one leg, exhale, wash the color out, and instantly relaxing. We want to be able to do the same thing here. So now we have this flexed hand that pushed out, and then we instantly relax it. And it's that relaxation softens all the way up to the shoulder and here. And so this will be one of the exercises that we bring into our 15s, and we'll bring it in with some speed. Out. Inhale deep. Out. Inhale deep. Out. And the concept, the concept for the visualization should feel like you're flinging a whip or a rope out from the belly through the hand, specifically the striking hand. So inhaling, out. So the color visualization will move here. And again, you can always tell the difference between someone doing the color visualization and just breathing through it or not breathing through it at all. They each look different. And the color visualization is really just going to give you that sense of attention and awareness shooting through the hand and beyond. So you side. Inhale deep. The palm that's clearing is almost as if it's serving, maybe serving a cup of tea, offering it out. Here you go. So let me see you speed that up, and then we'll bring this into our 15s. Nice. Beautiful. And remember, the shoulder blade's going to disappear into the upper back. You're going to get all this relaxation. You want to soften everything and just make sure that it goes right to that end posture. Good stuff. Okay, so we'll bridge this into our 15s, and for our 15s, just to review what we'll do, let's make sure we get some jumping jacks in. So we'll do 15 jumping jacks. Excuse me. 15 of the first one we'll do is this. For odd numbers, excuse me. For odd numbers, we'll make sure that we have something that doesn't alternate sides. So we'll go out, inhaling up, and okay?
It just stays.
Okay. Inhaling, bless you. Up, and when we push out, going down, let me fix the camera. We'll go down. And then for abs, we'll add abs, hips. We're going to go down to the ground, and we're going to drop the hips side to side.
Right.
So we'll do 15, and this was really, really delightful yesterday doing this. And every time we do it, it's going to warm up. It's going to get easier and easier, and then we'll come up and finish up with our kick. So normally we do 3 things in 15s, and today we're adding a 4th. So yeah. So in general, I think the largest I've done for 15s is have 6 different exercises that I'll cycle through. It can make it a little too long, depending on what those exercises are. But having 3, 4, 5 is a sweet spot. 3 is probably the best baseline, but I think we want to integrate some a little bit more. So let's go for it. Let me make sure I can be in frame. All right, great. Okay, cool. Ready to go for it?
Yeah.
All right. So 15 jumping jacks. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 15 pushing. Inhale up, draw the collar up to the heart, drop to the legs. Inhaling up. Draw the collar from the belly, up to the heart, out the hands. Down, and drop the hips to one side, the knees to one side, bring them up to the other side. Each side is 1, so we'll go to 15. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And come up when you're done. And instead of kicks on the odd number, what we'll do are wide squat jumps. So down in our Shaolin horse stance low, we're going to push off the calves. Use the calves, emphasize the calves, pushing off the feet, and up. Just 15, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through, inhale to come down. 13, 14, 15. So, and notice that breathing is similar to fire breath in yoga. So that exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. So we want to keep that. So let's go for 14. And 14, we'll do our punches. So and down for the hips, knees down, each side is 1. 14, 2, 2, 3, and try to coordinate the breath. Really focus on inhaling on one side, exhaling on the other, or inhaling up, exhaling down. And when you're ready, come on up and we'll go for side jiao, omitofo. Side jiao, the straight kick, and 7 each leg for 14. So, toe out, omitofo, leg straight, and point the toe. And 7 on the other side. Then 13. All right, and 13, inhale up, draw the color up. If you find when you do this that you are getting a headache at all, just be aware if that happens. That means that the energy is getting stuck too high in the head and you need to bring the center of gravity or the awareness more downward, the internal awareness. So I'm inhaling up to the heart, and when I exhale, I'm pushing my awareness forward and down at the same time, back into my lower dantian, because otherwise it comes up and goes through the head, and it can shake you internally. So inhaling up, I exhale, and my visualization goes down and forward, to help you not have the rattled sense in the mind. If that does happen, you'll know the solution. And knees 13, each side is 1. When you're ready, come on up, get into the horse stance for the calf jumps. Ready, and 13, exhale, inhale. Beautiful, and then 12. Beautiful, and sun punch. And really still emphasizing the waist. And down for the hips and knees. Each side is 1. 12. And coming up for Shaolin kicks, Omitofo. We're going to do the flex foot kick.
Which one?
Where we're going to keep the leg straight, but flex the foot toward our face, rather than point the toe like we did previously. So we're flexing the foot. Salutation. 1, 2, 3. Heart open, palms pushing out, and we'll go for, what is this, 12? 6 each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and switch. And 11. And down. One each side equals 1. 11. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. We're trying to keep the connectivity of the heels of the palm all the way extending through the shoulder down to the knee. I mean by that is really allowing yourself to feel connected into the ground and relax into each drop. And coming up, and horse stance, and jump, 11. Let's actually start slapping, hand slapping the obliques. Exhale, flex the obliques on the slap. So up. And punch. Sun punch. And hips and knees. Each side equals 1. I recommend for the side that you might be more tight on to make that your exhaling side. So you can exhale through the posture, the end posture. Inhaling deep, exhaling into the end posture. I'm tighter on my left side, so I'm inhaling up on the right, exhaling down on the left. And 10, it's going to be outside crescent kicks, 5 on each side. Omitopo. And go. And 9. And dropping, pushing 9. Inhale, draw the color up. Remember that the explosiveness is the push. Outside of that, you're softly drawing the color visualization in from lower dantian up to the heart center dantian. And knees and hips. Oh, yeah. Each side equals 1. And coming up, horse stance and 9 jumps. And 8. And 8 punch. And down. Each side 1. And inside crescent kicks for each side. Omitopo. And 7. 7 pushes. And knees and hips. And coming up into the horse stance and 7 jumps. Do your best to visualize the musculature, the bone alignment, all of this while you're breathing through it to give you more data on what's actually happening in all the alignment. And 6. And 6 punches. And down, knees and hips. And coming up and kicking to the side. Eye in the right middle finger, right hand extended out, right leg comes back, and looking to the left, kicking up. 6, and then switch sides. Looking to that left middle finger, bring the left foot back behind the right, and kick and look left. Look right as you kick left. And 5. So notice that we just did a double set. Everything going forward here is going to be double, and we'll integrate the plank, and the plank will just be holding for as many seconds as we're doing for. So let's go for 5. 1. Oh, 4, 5 for the jumping jacks. Turn the slap into hollow fists and squeeze the hollow fist just before impact, and exhale. Push the pressure down the legs. Visualize it as you exhale going into the ground. So you're taking the pressure, redirecting it down the legs into the ground. Let's go. And plank. Coming up, hold. 5 seconds. Coming back up and push. 5. And back down, knees and hips. 1 each side equals 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming up, shallow jump, horse stance, and 5. 4. Plank 4 seconds. Let's make it 4 breaths. Big breath in, draw the color in through the palm. Exhale, push it back out through the palms. That way we don't have to worry about counting, taking up brain space. Coming back up, and 4 punches. Each side equals 1. 3, so 4, 4. And coming down, each side equals 1. Knees and hips. 1, 1, 2. coming up. Side jowl, 4 each side. So.
Oh no, Dan! I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay, go for it.
I need a couple minutes, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, belly.
We're almost done. I will shadow box while I wait.
I think that's a really good sign.
It always is.
You got my digestion going.
Yeah. Okay, a couple of the lifting heavens too. Actually, no, we're on. Let's do 3. And we'll finish up 4, which is 4 side jowl, straight kicks each side. Omitomo. Point the toe. And switch. And now 3. Jumping jacks with the fists. And down plank, 3 breaths. Inhale through the palms and toes into the lower dantian. Exhale, wash it back down. Coming up, inhale, and then push. 3. And then back down, knees and hips, 1 each side. 3, 2, 2, 3, 3. And horse stand jumps. 3. And then 2. Plank 2. 2 breaths. Robust, colorful breath into the belly. Exhale, wash it out. Feel the connection into the ground. Inhale, draw the data from the ground back into the belly. Exhale, push the belly awareness into the ground through the palms and feet. Come back up. Punch. To each side. And down. To each side. Outside crescent kicks to each side. Omitofo. And finally, always finishing strong, we'll do 16. One more than what we did previously. So 16 jumping jacks, any way you like. "16 breaths on the plank."
Oh boy.
Feel free to take a rest if you need. Make sure to push the shoulder blades down to the back so they disappear.
Got it.
All right. And 16 punches. All that tension we might have built up just now, we're going to release with these punches. And 16 each side.
Oh.
And going down. Knees and hips. Each side equals 1, 16. And since it's the last round, I always do my best to be a little more mindful. Not just push through it for power, but soften when I need to get a deeper experience. Any tweaks or twitches that you might feel in the body, try to do your best to really stretch through them softly with awareness, so you can always tell if you're going too far, if you need to dial back, or if you can go farther. Really loving and caring for the body here on the last set. Feel the massage that the buttocks are getting on the ground. And finally, kicks, Shaolin inside crescent kicks. Omitofo. 16 each side. once you're done, uplifting heaven right away. Inhale, reach over and under. Exhaling back. Inhaling over and under. Feel the stretch. Inhaling over and under again. Again on the other side. Underhand goes behind and down toward the front, snaking around. Chin up. Excellent. Inhale over. Shut. Everything motivated by the breath. Inhaling over. Inhaling up, 1 foot forward. Touch the toe. Inhaling up again, switch legs. 45 degrees. Inhaling up, switch legs, 45. Inhaling up to 90. Inhaling up, and next down, 90. Inhaling up, one leg behind the back leg, exhale going down. If you want to maintain the suspension bridge function in the back, inhale, breath lifts the wrists, wrists lift the hips up. And you're going to switch sides. Exhaling down, pelvis rotating on the femur. Drop the head. Inhale deep. Exhale, sinking into it. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists. Wrists lift the hips. Up, up, up. Exhaling down again. Feet shoulder width apart and parallel. Left hand to the right foot. Reach up. Exhaling down, switch sides. Inhale up. Switch sides again one more time. Inhaling up. Exhaling down, right foot, hand to left foot. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhale, up, up, up. Breath lifts the wrists, wrists lift the hips. Turn to the left side. Exhaling down. Inhaling up, turn to the right side. Exhaling down. Inhaling up, hands behind the back. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhale, shift to one leg. Sucking the belly button. Lift the collarbone and lift the foot. Inhale, hold. Exhale, knee falls to the ground. Inhale. Toes reach back. Exhale, knees falls to the ground, opening the hips. Inhale, pull with the arm, toes lift up. And switch sides. Shift the weight, or before you shift the weight, suck in the belly button, lift the collarbone, then shift the weight. Feel the structure. Lift one foot. Do your best to feel the alignment between shoulders and hips, belly button, collarbone. Exhale, drop the knee, knee opens the hip. Inhale, toes lift to the ceiling, and you pull back with the arm. Exhale, gravity pulls the knee down, open the hip. Inhale, toes lifting up. One more time. Exhale down. Keep the same hand, shift feet. So now I'm putting my left hand on my right foot, opposite hand to foot, making sure that the thumb of the holding hand is facing outward to keep the shoulder open. And sucking the belly button, lift the collarbone. Exhale, knee falls. Inhale, lift the knee and the toe. Exhale, soften the hip, sucking the belly button, collarbone lifts. Inhale, lift the knee and the toe. Exhale, soften the hip, belly button, collarbone. Inhale, knee and the toe. and drop down.
That's a great stretch.
It really is. Belly button, collarbone, shift the weight. Palm open, thumb facing outward, receives the other hand, foot. Belly button, collarbone, exhale, soften the hip. Inhale, lift the knee and the toes. Exhale, soften the hip, feel grounded. Belly button, collarbone. Inhale, lift the toes and the knee. Exhale, soften the hip. Belly button, collarbone. Inhale, toes and knee. Widen the stance for a moment. Exhale, down one side. Inhaling up, draw the collar into the belly. Exhale, down the other side. Inhaling up, exhale. If you can, soften the head and neck so the forehead is aiming for the knee. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Soften the head and neck, aiming the forehead for the knee. Inhaling up, bring the heels face, collarbone. Exhale, looking behind. Inhale back, looking behind. Inhale back, looking behind. Inhale back, looking behind. And coming up, both feet parallel, push on the hip, lift the chest. Inhaling. Switch sides, both feet parallel, 45 degrees, pushing the hip straight across the hip line. Let the body fall back, straighten the back leg, bend the front leg. Inhaling up. Back to center. Rotate the hips.
Wow, my battery's dying now too.
Oh yeah? Okay, we're almost done. Yeah, just said low battery. Again. And inhale deep. Exhaling down. Slapping up. Up the inside, down the outside. Switch up the inside, down the outside. Over the shoulders. Back. Inhaling out. Just the fingertips. 2 more. 1 more. Hands together. Around the chest. Tapping around. Massage into the lymph nodes. Floating rib up. Other side. Sternum. 4 fingers. Either side of the collarbone. Chin. 1, 3. Switch. 1, 2, 3. Up on the face to the side. Release. Up to the side. Release. This side. Release. Around the ears. Up, over, down. Under strong pressure. The immune system. Fingers on the scalp. Front to back. Back to front. Front to back. Back to front massage. Front to back. Back to front slapping. Front to back. Back to front. Hollow fist. Gentle banging. Front to back. Back to front. Knead the scalp like dough. Next patch. Next patch. Then reverse it. 4 fingers top of the forehead. 1, 2. Reverse. Temples. Reverse. Under the eyes. Reverse. To the heart. And switch. Top and bottom. Switch. Sides. Underneath. Tongue. Reverse it. Flick the fingers out. Thumbs. And 1, 2, 3, grab. 1, 3. Fists together and then rotate. Pulling the hands, interlacing the fingers and pulling the wrists apart. stretching the wrist. And reverse the circle. And close the eyes. Inhale, white line to the belly. Spread the whole body. Again, wash armor all over the body, made of white light. One more breath. Make a big bubble around the body. Expand it as far as you can. White light. Gratitude for the body. The space you're in, good people in your life. Good stuff, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thank
That was
you.
awesome.
Totally great training.
I felt very present today.
Well, I'm ecstatic